are back with comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. So how the fuck are you feeling? There must be a few of you feeling pretty fucking rough right now. Did you take my advice and drink all the way through to Sunday? If you did, you must be feeling real fucking rough right now. You probably couldn't sleep properly last night, a little bit of the DTs, the demenial tremens, you don't know whether you're awake, you're dreaming or hallucinating. You probably got the sweats, your stomach is grumbling because you haven't eaten in 5 days. Not anything with nutrients anyway. Your body feels like a dried out husk, but your body feels good compared to your mind. Your mind is fucking all over the shop, filled with regret, shame, embarrassment, a fucking general sense of impending doom. You have an irrational fear of dying at the moment, but you're not really sure why you even fear dying because you feel like you're a worthless piece of shit. Don't worry, we've all fucking been there. And if you're feeling like this, you should be happy because you're fucking ready. This is the start of the new year now. Don't come to me January 1 with a little bit of a buzz still going. I need you here and I need you broken. So if you're here because your New Year's resolution was to give up alcohol, I'm going to give you a little bit of guidance. So the first thing is, I don't know how long you plan on quitting alcohol for. Some of you might be wanting to quit alcohol for a month. Some of you might be trying to do a year. Some of you might be trying to give up for good. And if you're giving up for good, this is probably about your 6th or 7th attempt at giving up alcohol. So none of this is going to be relevant for you. This is more for the first timers. So here it is. Whatever your goal was, whatever your New Year's resolution was, however long it was going to be, whether it was a month or a year, you need to change that to 3 months. Because a month isn't long enough to even see any of the benefits of quitting alcohol. And a year is probably biting off a little bit more than you can chew. So you want to make this attempt 3 months. Any fucking pussy doing like sober October or dry January can do a fucking month. Try 3 months. A month is nothing. You pretty much spend the whole first week getting over the hangover. Then you have 2 weekends and you're back on it the 4th week. Who gives a fuck? Anyone can do that. 3 months is a perfect amount of time for a newbie. It's not overly daunting, but it's still going to stretch you a little bit. You'll have that first month, which, like I said, you'll be recovering from the hangover for the first week, then you got a couple of weeks, and then the following weekend is the end of the first month, and that will blow by. You'll be like, fuck, I just did a month. That was a piece of cake. I am exaggerating a little bit there. You're going to hate most of it. It's going to be boring as fuck. You're not going to know what to do. You're probably going to want to drink the whole time, but you won't. But generally, that first month will blow by pretty quickly. And you'll think you're doing pretty good until you hit that second month. This is the month you really start getting into your own head. I don't even feel better. I still feel shit. I'm so fucking bored. What's the point if I don't feel better? All I'm doing is sitting around watching Netflix. That can't be any better than fucking drinking. I'm eating too much ice cream and chocolate. That can't be any better than drinking. And you're right, it's fucking not. But you came here to stop drinking, not to stop fucking eating ice cream. And that's what we're here for, and that's what you need to remain focused on. You can worry about all the other shit down the track. This whole thing is a process. It's not like I give up drinking and your life gets better. No, in fact, it probably gets worse before it gets better. So have no fucking illusions about this. It sucks. So those first 2 months, you've probably transferred your addiction to something else. I started chain smoking cigarettes, eating chocolate, smashing ice cream and fast food, and I built a massive addiction to my phone. That was in the first 2 months, and I was going half mental. Some of you would have transferred the addiction to something else and tried to add something positive in, like exercise, reading, writing, something creative, anything. But if you haven't tried to add something positive into your life in those first 2 months, that's what the 3rd month is for. You have to add something fucking positive in that 3rd month. And you have to do it for the full month. Whether it's working out, a martial art, fucking painting, fucking ceramic sculpture, I don't give a fuck. But for that third month, you have to do something positive. And that third month, it sort of plateaus out a little bit. It plateaus out at shit, like it still sucks, but it's not getting worse. And the people around you know you're serious now, so the cunts aren't fucking asking you out for drinks every fucking 2 days. You've probably had to fucking drop a few friends. The ones that you can feel are dragging you down. You know the ones. I don't need to explain it to you. But you might as well drop them now, because if you're ever going to give up completely, you're going to have to drop them anyway. So you might as well do it now. So after that third month, you've added something positive. The third month is still a little bit blah. Who gives a fuck? What I want you to do at the end of the third month is start drinking again. That's not a joke either. I want you to start drinking again. Because after 3 months of not drinking, people have this illusion that they now have control of alcohol. And what I want you to see is you don't. What I really want you to see is that it doesn't matter how long you give up for. It could be 3 months, 3 years, 30 years. As soon as you start drinking again, you pick up where you left off. I have never seen an exception to the rule. You might be the exception. All right, you might be the exception. So let's make a deal here. After the 3 months, you can start drinking again, and you can continue drinking as long as you want until your first bad night. Until that first morning where you wake up feeling very similar to you feeling now. Embarrassed, ashamed, regretful, a sense of impending doom, because that day's coming. Whether it be a week, a month, 2 months, it's definitely not going to be 2 months, and it's going to be a miracle if it's a month. It will be within 2 to 3 weeks. For me, it would be 2 days, maybe 3 days. I might get into a third day of a bender, and then it would be all over for me. But if you're the exception to the rule and you can just keep on drinking and you're feeling fine and everything's fine and dandy, you have permission to keep on drinking. You don't have a fucking alcohol problem. But for everyone else, you can only drink till that first fucking day you feel like hell, and then you've got to fucking stop again till the end of the year. So those are your options. After the 3 months is done, when you start drinking again, you can drink moderately for as long as you like, which is something I was never able to do. But if you have one fucking bad night that takes you all the way back to where you left off, then you've got to quit till the end of the year. Then at the end of the year, you'll have another decision to make. You've just been sober for 8 or 9 months and it was hard fucking work. And now you know that when you start drinking again, it's going to erase all that hard work immediately. So what will you do? I don't know. Let's find out. But for now, for this week, what I want you to do is just get over this hangover. Don't try and do anything fancy. Don't think you need to do anything. Just fucking ease into it. Enjoy your week. Have a nice, quiet, relaxing, rejuvenating weekend. And then you can start using your little fucking head. Anyway, that's it for me tonight. I'll do the hypotheticals tomorrow. If you're enjoying the podcast, give it a share around. Share it around to anyone who you think might like it. And I'll see you the fuck later.